Nancy. How are you?
Hi. Good. Thank you. Oh, I love the frames, by the way, back there. Is it a sea lion?
That that's a
Sunbathing?
walrus. That's a
Oh,
walrus one, and then this one I think is a shifaka in a lemur in Madagascar.
I love it. We are in theme. So let's talk about our living world. I enjoyed what I got to see, and it's amazing how it's very modern, talking about how the world's network works and how there's a purpose for everything out there in our wildlife.
Yeah,
So one of them that threw me off and I was like amazed was the cicadas. I mean, they live such a long life, but short life in a sense, just to continue as a fertilizer for trees or and the living earth. Like I'm so sad for them.
yeah. I mean, they live a long time in their underground larval form. You know,
17 years.
17 years. The fact that they can count is pretty mind blowing, and the fact that they can count these years by the movement of fluid through the trees that they're feeding on. But then yeah, their adult form is very brief. It's a they emerge to mate and that's it. So the moment that they've been building up to is the final act of their lives, if you like.
That was sad. I was like, oh, enthused. I was like, oh my gosh, these are like some little insects that are brilliant. And then it's like, what?
Yeah.
So tell me about incorporating them there because they were perfect for this documentary. And the cameras, I mean, these are tiny little things. And then underground.
Yeah. Yeah, so how we captured it. There was the good thing about these insects is that they're predictable. That we know that it's every 17 years that they emerge, and so we knew that they were going to do this during our filming period. And so in the fall before the spring that they emerged, we sent a team to go and look for some of them underground and to kind of cut sections through the soil so that we could kind of find them in their kind of dormant phase. And we were able to film some of them like that, kind of underground, and then we took some and placed them in a little set that was just kind of next door, so we could light it, we could kind of film them and see them moving, and so we were able to capture their what they look like in that uh, early life form. And then it was just a case of we know where they are, we know roughly when they're going to emerge. Just having the right people in the right place for every night over a 3-4 week period to kind of capture them as they do their mass emergence. And really interesting, actually, the crew who were on the ground were saying that the thing that they weren't necessarily prepared for was the volume, the noise that they make, and that one or two cicadas, yeah, they're noisy, but millions of them are deafening. So they ended up having to wear those kind of big ear defenders to film that sequence because it was so loud.
Oh wow. Maybe they had to announce the others that it's buffet time, you
We're
know.
here, we're here, yeah, yeah.
Well, I love the humor, but I also loved Cate Blanchett narrating. I mean, listening to her, it was like the script is very poetic. The description as it goes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I think we always knew that we wanted a female voice, a female narrator, because we were talking Mother Nature and we're talking the nurturing and collaborative side of the natural world. And in the back of our minds, we had Galadriel, the elven queen, walking through the forest, and so that fitted. And then when our visuals started to drop in, and they look sparkly and magical, and and we had that because we're telling a story about nature's almost magical connections and almost magical effects. So I think that that personality fitted the story that we're telling quite well. But then it also turns out that that Cate is very ecologically aware. She's got her own podcast where she talks about kind of hope in the face of a changing climate. She's a beekeeper, so she's very aware of. She's tapped into seasonality and the interdependence of species and plants and animals and so on and so forth. So she speaks very authoritatively about a lot of the subject matter that we're dealing with here, and she's a great storyteller. You've tapped into the script and the way that she kind of takes that script and elevates it to a magical place, really. So she's the perfect fit, and we're very lucky that we're able to work with her on this show.
Yes, I loved it. I have to admit, I watched the first episode twice because the first time I was just enjoying it, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, I'm supposed to take notes. I'm watching this for another purpose too."
Well, that's brilliant, because that that what we really want to with this is a show that's on the Netflix platform. It's an entertainment platform, and yes, it's there's a lot of science in here, and there's a lot of stuff to learn, and there's a lot of stuff to reveal, but we're trying to make a piece of entertainment. We want people to watch this show because they're enjoying it, not because they feel they should. So it's turning these this amazing revelatory message that everything is connected into a piece of entertainment, and trying to take our audience on a journey so that they can experience that.
And then the saddest part is that, and part of this network on Earth is that we come in as the man-made climate change. And it's so sad after watching all these stories and all these beautiful creatures and how we're hurting them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the what we're trying to do in episode 3, the revelation that that we're hoping to unpack, is that there is this amazing natural network, and that we are part of it too, and that the actions that we, in the same way the actions that the animals make have consequences, the actions that we make have consequences. And so what we try and do through episode 3 and into episode 4 is show that this is a system that it's the natural system is incredibly powerful. But like any system, if you put good input, you get good output. If you put bad input, you get bad output. And the system is so powerful that it will amplify and magnify the effects of all creatures' actions across the system. So we're trying to show that that yes, we are in a period of increasing instability and change, but that this incredibly powerful network can be on our side if we choose it to be.
I really enjoyed the scene with the bunny. So cute. And when there was that eagle coming, I was like, oh no, I was actually like cheering for the bunny. Yep. And I was like, Netflix, yep, don't do this to me. Don't show me him being scared, please.
Yeah, I mean, that one got away, but there are plenty that don't. But the revelation that, oh look, there are the timing might be out of sync, but then nature has a solution to that. And that the evolution will, as long as the change isn't too fast and too extreme, then the natural world will keep up. And it's that the point is that we're trying to get across is that nature is this incredibly powerful force, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not an ethical force. It doesn't say bunnies are better than cockroaches. It doesn't say lions are better than jellyfish. There will, life will proliferate, but it might not be in the way that is in our best interest. So that's the thing that we need to think about.
So besides making us think about our Mother Earth, our nature, what other message do you hope people take away from overall watching the 4 episodes?
Yeah, so it's two things really. It's the connectivity. That's the key thing, and that's what episode one is laying out. It's that everything is all. No species can live in isolation. That includes us, and that we are intrinsically connected not only to everything else that's alive on Earth, but also to the physical forces of the planet itself. Um, that's the first thing. But then the second thing is that nature can heal if we let it. That yes, we've got ourselves in a pickle here, but actually the answers to a lot of these um, problems that we're seeing are already out there in nature. The elephants, the forest elephants in Gabon that garden the rainforest and help the trees become carbon, enormous carbon capture machines. That's amazing carbon capture technology that's happening over there. And by supporting the conservation of these species and the habitats and the wildernesses in which they live, we've got this incredibly powerful system on potentially on our side. So that's the second big take home for me is first that we're connected, and secondly that nature can heal itself if we let it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. People are going to be enjoying this in 2 days on Netflix.
Yeah, very soon.
Yes. So yeah, thank you for bringing this kind of programming. I love all the nature documentaries. So I'm glad, yeah, that we have more to watch.
Cool. Thanks, Nancy. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you. Bye bye.